Good evening, everybody, fellow gamers, friends, Mario enjoyers. I hope everyone has been enjoying all the matches going on throughout this week on SpeedGaming for the Super Mario Bros. 3 Warpless tournament. And among our lineup of 29 runners, we are now 3 rounds deep into the Swiss phase of the tournament. And as we progress, we have one more match for you tonight between jtknott and Stewie Cartman. I'm Teeks88, and joining me in the commentary booth today is the one and only Neo Shazam, a very talented runner himself. Welcome.
Thank you.
And as I'm sure many in the classic Mario community are very much familiar with jtknott, he's a highly skilled SMB1 and 2J runner. But it's also worth noting that JT has really come out of the woodwork in the last 2 years, and he's really dedicated himself to the game, climbing his way to the top 15 with a 51-12. And Stewie himself has been a 6-year-long veteran, all the same with the SMB3 grind, who is also well-rounded in the NES Classic Trilogy, rocking a highly competitive 51-33. So we have 2 highly talented runners with 2 very close PBs, and it's going to be an exciting race for sure.
Exactly. We have, just to recap, this is the matchup of number 5 seed jtknott 2-0 versus number 11 seed Stewie Cartman, also 2-0. As Teeks mentioned, JT's Warpless PB is 51 minutes 12 seconds. Stewie Cartman's Warpless PB is 51 minutes 33 seconds. Last round, JT had the quickest run of the entire tournament so far at 51 minutes 27 seconds, and Stewie Cartman won the best or the closest race of round 2.
All right, so we've just dropped the flag not too long ago, so they should be starting very shortly. Just needed a moment for them to catch up, and we are off. All right, so we got 2 clean mushroom grabs on both sides. All right, no damage in 1-1. Alright, scariest level in the entire game, and they're out of the woods. Alright, now the question is, do either of them have subpixel 14 or 15, and will they be able to get to, P-speed in 1-2 for that early speed? They both save a second, very nice. Gotta love that RNG.
As we see the tournament go along, these runners are very familiar with each other, and we're going to start to see that as the matchup as the tournament continues, and I think we're going to have a lot of runners that have faced each other time and time again.
Indeed. Alright, so we have Stewie taking a safer approach to the waffle skip, and jtknott is going to go right through it. I'm sure he's done so many attempts in the recent months that he's just going to autopilot it, saving those extra frames. And look at that, roughly a frame roll apart. Right, 2 very clean damage boosts, still very much neck and neck. Any of them gonna go for the tunnel? They both go for it, and oh, JT almost had it, just barely by a pixel, just takes a little bit of damage. Yeah, very nicely done on Stewie's side. He's going to save an extra 12 frames over the normal approach down the tunnel. jtknott's going to lose about a second and a half just grabbing that extra mushroom. But of course, not too bad. Still fairly inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Alright, no frame rule on Stewie's side. JT gets the P-speed. They both skip the Koopa, and they're at a 1-6. It looks like Stewie has a slight lead right now, so we're going to switch over to his audio. Alright, so I think it was a 226 A press on Stewie's side, so he is set up for a pretty good Larry pattern, so getting my predictions that we'll see a 332 split on World 1. Pretty much par for the course.
Yeah, that minor tunnel damage is probably the difference here between these two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still a very close race between them, and there's still a lot more content to go between these next 7 worlds. Wasn't able to catch the distance between on JT's side, like how many spaces he was from the castle.
Just 1.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he should be set up for the yeah, he gets the mushroom grab, and yeah, he should get the good Larry pattern too. They should both have some pretty clean fire kills. Clean 245 on Stewie's side. And JT follows suit. Very nice Larry himself. So yeah, only about 2 seconds apart.
I barely have a 3. So I have Stewie with a 331 and JT with a 334, but obviously it's very early.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably fractions of a second, fractions of that third second.
Yeah, and that gap can either widen or narrow just based on the unlimited possibilities that you can have in World 2 between, stating the obvious, the early hammer, or just so much as how many moments of 2 they get, or if any of them pick up the Dom box. So it'll be interesting to see which routing strategies they utilize for this particular race.
Yeah, good thing none of these players have a World 2 Marathon featured on Summoning Salt video.
Oh, yeah. Alright, looks like they're both getting the movement of 2 into 2-2. Alright, nobody gets a hole-in-one, nobody falls in the quicksand. No mode of tears. Alright, looks like they both got another movement of 2, from what I can tell. Both getting that extra early P speed. Very nice.
Hopefully JT's feed and internet comes back.
Ooh, looks like Stewie tried to go for the green rocket, but yeah, he lost a little bit of his P speed just because of the rub on that last block. Looks like he was set to get it back, and then yeah, just a slight mistiming on his jump. Of course, that's still inconsequential. He still maintains his power up. That's the most important part.
Alright.
Yeah, and I don't think we got any movements of 4 on Stewie's side, so I'm pretty sure that Dom box is right by the mushroom house on his side.
And the jtknott stream popped right back in, and it looked like it was a mirror image of Stewie's.
Yeah, I think that for a race context, it's perfectly appropriate just to grab the Dom box if it's in the way of the hammer. You don't want it to lose a couple extra seconds on that those extra mat movements, and you'll have a pretty comforting end game because you can use that extra P-wing either for World 6 or 7.
Wow, look at the sync.
And yeah, considering how closely clustered together the hammer and Dom box were on Stewie's side, who knows if he took an extra death in 2-3 if he would have a chance at some sort of early hammer. But if you're just getting nothing movements of 2, that's not really too much information to go off of, so it's not worth it, especially in a race context.
Wow.
Look, and yeah, as chat's pointing out, look at the beautiful sync on those hammer grabs. Both 2 spaces away from the pyramid. Oh my god, look at this. This is just gaming at its finest. Okay, so ordinarily that hammer that we get in World 2 is going to be used in World 4 in order to skip the first fortress. Ooh, looks like Stewie killed both of his Buzzy Beetle shells, so he's gonna have to backtrack a little bit. Pretty decent recovery, only lost a couple seconds there.
race this close, that's your current difference. JT had that one little bit of damage in World 1, and Stewie had that one little slip up in World 2, and that's currently the difference, flip-flop between them. JT probably looking about a 939, and Stu probably very shortly, maybe 2 to 3 seconds behind him if everything goes well.
Yeah, I guess to elaborate a little bit on the routing for Warpless, we get 2 hammers in the beginning of the game ordinarily, in Worlds 2 and 3, and they're going to later be used in Worlds 4 and 6 respectively. Although, if you are able to get the rare RNG where you fight the hammer before 2-3, or like after 2-3, you can use it to break the rock at the bottom of the World 2 over map, allowing you to skip anywhere from 2 to 3 levels. So, in exchange, you do have to play the fort in World 4, but you do ultimately end up with anywhere from a 20 to 40 second time save, depending on how cleanly you play. So that's especially advantageous when you're trying to go for a top level time.
And JT 939 it is. Good fire kill on both sides. 947, 48. We're gonna go with 47 just to be on the safer, closer, conservative side to show how tight this race is. So we have jtknott 939, Stewie Cartman 947, a difference of about 8 seconds. And both players with the music box.
And none of them getting the jump, very disappointed.
Wall may be free, but milliseconds aren't free.
Alright, JT getting that very clean 3-2 P-speed. Do we follow suit? He gets the P-speed as well. Oh, I thought he jumped a little early. I got a little scared there for a minute, but he's cruising.
Yeah, very nice 3-2 P-speed by both. I'm afraid to talk midway because you never know when they short or they go a little bit too big or they get the very rare P-speed scam and it's just, it can get ugly quickly.
Yeah, you never know if any of the racers are just listening to the commentary alongside, so at least they know who to blame if something happens.
Stewie with the very early P-speed in 3-3.
Oh yeah, I love that in 3-3 when you just like do that perfectly small jump on the center of that last block and then you get that P-speed a couple frames earlier. Chef's kiss. Ah yes, thanks for the reminder. We'll switch over to JT's audio since he is the one in the lead right now. And we got a switch on JT's side, so it looks like he's going to be fighting the star first.
And Stewie goes to cut off the runaway. JT does not have to worry about the runaway.
Yeah, ideally he wants that last bro to go up so that, you know, he doesn't have to cause any more extra map movements on his way to 3-8.
Yep.
Yeah, that Ronnie had his he had his tickets purchased. He was waiting on that ferry dock.
And unfortunately, sometimes you just gotta eat that 6-second loss with all those moves to avoid an even worse situation if he runs.
Yeah, if you have to take an intentional death, that takes no more than like maybe 7 to 10 seconds, but It has some more implications later on when you have to re-grab your power-ups and do some backup strats and levels that would ordinarily be faster with fire, and that's pretty much the majority of World 4.
Stewie snipes Boss Bass from way downtown.
Ooh, looks like JT missed the H jump, so yeah, unfortunately, he's going to pick up a little extra lag along the way, and just with having to grab those ice blocks that can usually punish a player for anywhere from up to 5 to 7 seconds, depending on how well they recover. Oh, and Stewie misses the H jump as well. Yeah, it's not really a sort of thing that you see between either of those players, so I'm assuming that maybe the race nerves probably got to them in the moment. It's one of those things that could just happen to anybody, no matter how skilled you are.
Yeah, JT shorted the big jump a little bit. I didn't catch Stewie's.
Yeah, JT, he landed a little earlier, so he hit the no block, so he wasn't able to get enough height over, and yeah, I think as it was mentioned, Stewie was a little over. Yeah, with all things considered, it's still a pretty close race between the two of them.
Yeah, the World 4 looms large in the background.
So yeah, coming up with Wendy, it's probably one of the easier boss kills to get in this game, especially when you have the Fire Flower. It's just a matter of just maintaining a safe distance between her and the rings that she fires as she approaches you. There's very little variation in her movement as well, so you can kind of predict, how to approach the fight each time. So every once in a while, she'll maybe just do a couple hops before she starts walking forward, and other times she'll just go straight towards you. But yeah, at least there's a good way to just to react to either situation.
All right. So I had JT right on the border of 1544 and 1545. I went with 45, but it's pretty much right there. And then Stewie, we have at 1559, so we have a difference of about 14 seconds. And they both have the box, so hopefully Cloud Bro is very aggressive and comes towards both of them. Because when you have the music box, now you have two music boxes. You want to see that Cloud Bro come up right at you. Otherwise, you don't want him going back and cavorting with the star or the P-wing and potentially lose out the full benefit of the box.
So yeah, World 4 is typically where you get to see runners get a little bit nervous, just because you're 15 to 16 minutes into a really good run, and this is the part where not only the levels start to get a little more technical with how you set up the P-speed strats, but there's a lot of RNG swing depending on what the Hammer Bros decide to do. The conventional strat would just be to use the music box after getting the cloud, and then just skipping the star and the P-wing, but between 4-1, 4-2, and 4-3, there's a lot of possibilities where the cloud and star can switch, so there's always that slight possibility of just picking up an extra fight and losing those extra 11 seconds on an item that you don't need.
And then, also just taking damage and losing Fire Flower starts to really add up time here in the levels, and kind of got to switch to backup strats.
Alright, so coming up next, we're going to have 4-4. This is one of the primarily swimming-based levels, and yeah, definitely one of the scarier levels in World 4, just because even though Lakitu's behavior and movement is pretty consistent as long as your inputs are, you know, there's always that slight possibility he could snipe you with one of his spinies, depending on whether you're able to time those stomps on him or get a fast enough super swim on the way to the pipe. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of the runners have any issues so far. JT gets out there very cleanly. Stewie tried to go for the wacky lacky strat by doing that duck jump into the water, so he could pop out a little earlier and get a double kill on the spiny and the Lakitu, while getting a little extra boost in the air, so if done cleanly enough, that could potentially save about 2/3 of a second. Yeah, it's not really something that you typically see runners go for in runs, just because of how risky it is and how tightly packed the hitboxes are. But it's great swag, if anything else.
The bros are tempting Stewie here with boxless. So we will see.
Yeah, it looks like JT tried to go for P-Speed, but unfortunately, not one single arrow.
Stewie taking the P-Wing, so that means he's probably going to look for the triple skip in World 5. Not bad.
Yeah, not only are you set up for the triple skip, but he also has the Dom box too, so yeah, that could definitely set him up well so that he could, you know, save those extra 10 seconds back while also having the benefit of the P-Wing for 7-6 as well.
A little skittish 4-4-2 for Stewie here, though.
And if he decides to take the regular route through World 5, he's also set up to just fly over 6-9 as well, so he gets the best of both worlds. Yes, to clarify, the Dom box is the World 2 music box. And it was just named after another fellow speedrunner by the name of Dom RTA, so it just kind of became a meme within the SMB3 community, because I know that he highly praises grabbing that item and using that first for a routing strategy.
Any dad jokes?
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. Scientists are studying the effect of cannabis on seabirds. They've left no turn unstoned. I was told I could look at the eclipse through a colander. I tried it, but it strained my eyes. I received a flyer on anger management the other day. I lost it. All right. Now that we've established the dad jokes, very clean fire kill on Iggy on jtknott's side.
Yeah, very nice fire kills on both sides. So we have jtknott at 21:56 and Stewie Cartman at 22:24. So that's a difference of 28 seconds. Stewie has the P-Wing.
Yeah, just as I kind of figured, jtknott skipped both of the bros in World 4, so he's going to pretty much do the conventional race strat when he has the Dom box already. So he's just going to take a normal route through 5-1. He's not going to burn his P-Wing and risk clipping 7-6 in order to grab the extra box.
Yeah, what's interesting is last round, he did gamble and fought the P-Wing bro, and then was able to skip the Sky bro. but it doesn't look like that's going to be a safe gamble on the lower side this time.
Yeah, this is actually kind of a surprise choice for from me for as far as Stewie's routing is concerned. He went through a normal 5-1, so it looks like he's planning to hold on to both P-Wings. So he's going to be taking a normal route through World 5, so he'll be able to fly over 6-9 and 7-6.
Do you think Stewie just checked his inventory to make sure he had the P-Wings there? That kind of scared me. I thought he was going to accidentally box too early.
I think I've seen Stewie do runs where he flies over 6-9, so I think this could have just been a conscious decision on his part.
Okay.
All right,
So JT gambles again.
Wow, both of these runners are just full of surprises. That's not the routing choice that I was expecting from them, but I mean they're both perfectly valid as well.
The good thing is it does break up the ground bros from doing moves of 4 once you've gone up to the top section.
Yes, that's absolutely true. You do take a gamble on the possibility of fighting the extra Starbro on the ground, but if you're able to get past them, then there's a very good chance that you'll get a bunch of movements of 1 moving forward. And yeah, just as a reminder, every Hammer Bro movement is about 30 frames, so about a half second. So those marathons, those extra marches, they can really add up over the grand course of the run. Alright, 280 tower on Stewie's side, very nice. Very clean 5-4 on JT's side.
So if Stewie can get a triple skip, and by triple skip I mean skip this bro up here in the clouds, then this is going to tighten up nicely. JT with the 5-5 P-speed, let's go.
Very nice. Yeah, 5-5 is one of the most annoying levels in World 5 because, yeah, the P meter is very, very picky when you're doing that small jump over the wooden block. Or if you just decide to YOLO it and just jump right over and do a small jump to snipe out the Paragoomba.
One out of 3 chance for Stu to get the triple skip.
And we get some nice swag snipes out of him on the Lag 2 on the way out. JT not going for Jesus Clip, very disappointed.
Nope. Not this time. The small consolation is that it gives a little bit more insurance to avoid the World 6 Starbro. Yikes, and JT was able to skip, so both round 2 and this round he was able to fight the P-Wing in World 5 and then also skip the Skybro.
Yeah, that's insanely lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like in the vast majority of Warpless runs that I've done, and I'm sure many of others have done as well, you'll either get the Hammer Bro just hiding behind...
JT just burnt a P-Wing.
Oh my goodness.
He just burnt the P-Wing that he won through the gamble. So that is probably wall jump 6-9? Or is that clip 7-6?
I would imagine that he's going to fly over 7-6, so I think he's either going to do the wall jump or fast
I think
extend.
it's a wall jumper.
Yeah, more than likely we'll see some 6-9 action out of him. So yeah, using that extra P-Wing, I mean, he had extras in his inventory, so it's not like he's going to lose a lot of time, but it's just inconvenient since he went through all that trouble to pick it up anyway.
Yeah, he won the gamble that. So he how he lost the P-wing. He accidentally activated the P-wing, and he used the cloud. The last level here in World 5.9 is an auto scroller that. In this Warpless category, players skip it because it's about a minute. It's a very long level, slow level. And JT, it looks like, accidentally activated the P-wing instead of the cloud. And basically, once you use the P-wing, whatever the next screen that you enter is, you have the P-speed and then it's gone, and that's what happened. 2852.
Yeah, it's also worth noting that we saw JT go for a normal stomp kill on Roy. I know he knows the fire kill patterns, but I think that because he got so frazzled with the menuing and then the extra frames that he lost trying to pick up the fire flower on the airship, he had no idea what kind of pattern that he was going to get, so he just decided to play a little conservatively so he can maintain his power of moving into World 6, which will definitely help him for the Hammer Bro fight coming up. And also for the double damage boost coming up in 6F1.
Yeah, and Roy being a bigger, larger enemy, a larger Koopa, when he jumps and stun locks characters, you can lose your power-ups very quickly. And so yeah, World 5, we have jtknott at 2852, Stewie Cartman at 2922, a difference of about 30 seconds.
Ooh, we got a nice little P-speed burst from JT going for that star. Looks scary as a viewer just to see how aggressively he plays that by the rotodisc, but I know both of these runners have, this isn't their first rodeo, so they know what they're doing. Fortunately, no luck on the 6-4 P-speed, but no biggie at all. Alright, we see Stewie going for the star kill on Boom Boom as well. And kicking it back to 2011 strats with a 278 on the timer.
And JT, I think, is guaranteed to not play the Star Bro. As long as he, doesn't have anything unfortunate happen.
Oh yeah, he played the cloud and the star's in the top right corner right by the rock, so whether the bro moves left or down, he's pretty much safe once he gets out of 6-5.
Stewie getting bad luck with the bros. And he does have an extra box in case he has the ability to use it.
Right, we see Stewie paying homage to the 6-5 strat that's gotten especially popular within the Finnish community, the kurinpaku, or the squirrel kick, where basically he just double grabs those two ice blocks, generates a little bit of lag to trigger the despawn on the nipper up top in a slightly different way. It does lose about 0.7 seconds though, but it is very consistent. You don't have to really risk losing the tail on the, just doing those whip strats.
Wow, Stewie wins the 50-50.
Alright, and just as we thought, JT's going to be doing the wall jump strats. He's damage boosting because you do get a slightly bigger timing window on that wall jump when you're small. Fortunately, he didn't have the sub-pixel going into it, but he does get it on second try, so it's only about a 3-second time loss, hardly a big deal.
Stewie, unfortunately, does not have P-speed in 6-8, so this is going to get a temporary visit to Lag City. Population Stewie, but he's through.
And he maintains Big Mario, so we're going to see him go for some 610 strats. So we're going to see him grab the fire, and it's pretty much going to... Oh, that's right, he does have that extra P-Wing, so yeah, as I said before, he'll... Yeah. No problem at all, just...
Yeah, he should pick up that 3 or 4 seconds there. He will probably attempt to clip 643, right?
Yes, that's right. He does have the tail. You do want a damage boost out of it so you can make full use of your P speed. And even if he does take damage on the spikes trying to go for that clip, he'll be able to get another mushroom on the airship. So he tries to go for it, overshoots it a little bit. That's no problem.
Yeah, Stewie is not afraid to gamble at any time, so maybe Stewie will play 7-9.
I think we saw a 34-24 on Stewie's side, so yeah, I think that should ultimately come up to like a 35-57 for the one grab. Just about a half an airship distance between the two of them, so still very much within hands distance. And there's still a lot of different ways that World 7 can equalize the race, so definitely far from over, so it's still the best is yet to come. So does Stewie get any first class clips? He does. So we'll be asking Bugsy what's on the menu. Alright, so it looks like JT tried to manipulate his subpixel to a low value by moving 1 pixel to the right, so based on what I've seen from his previous runs, I would imagine he's going to go for the duck clip approach. I know Stewie, on the other hand, has converted himself to a standing clip, but it's going to be accompanied by the Louis rub, so I would imagine he's going to min it for a low value as well. Alright, so it's JT's up first try on 7-1, and he does indeed go for the duck clip. He does get it, just like he did on his last practice run, so he's very well rehearsed in this.
Wow. Hopefully Stewie can get the same.
Yeah, I think that JT is aware that he's in pretty good shape as far as this run goes. So there's no reason to risk losing extra time trying to go for fast 7-2 and not building that P meter. So just take the conventional strat, just grab a star and go. And with that, JT seems to extend his lead with Stewie struggling a little bit with the 7-1 clip. I know that's I know that historically has been his arch nemesis in runs, and I think the same can be said for anybody. So quite unfortunate.
So yeah, unfortunately, that is a 7 try difference.
Ooh, I'm glad that he didn't try to chance it on that nipper. I knew those iframes were about to expire. That was scary.
Yeah, that was getting uncomfortable. that feel in your stomach that you're like, oh, this is not looking good.
Oh yeah. So yeah, JT still has an extra P-Wing because of the Dombox route that he chose, so yeah, he's still going to be flying over 7-6. And look at that. Just like that, he's out of here. Yeah, and Cab Audio has a really good point about 7-1. Like, I do like the interior of the level when it's just played the dev intended way, but I can definitely see the lack of appeal just because of how much time it will inevitably cause, just because it is vertical scrolling, and you have a lot of slow pipe transitions to navigate through. But yeah, just playing it just for the sake of it, actually is quite fun. Alright, Stewie's going to be following suit with 7-6 flight as well. Yeah, I can't really say, I don't really have too many words of praise for 7-6. I really don't like those elevators, to be honest.
JT puts it all on the line. And he's gonna make it through at least.
Ooh, it looks like JT was set up for the Kobe snipe, but when he rubbed that block, it messed up the way the hammer hit the hitbox.
Stu, unfortunately, not able to keep P-Speed through the hammer suit room. 39.53 castle press for JT.
Yeah, he has a sub 48 press on the castle, so I would imagine that he's on a low mid 51 pace. So this has been a very good run for him overall.
7-9. Survey says yes. Two.
Yeah, I think that deep down Stewie knew that, you know, there was going to be some problems caused by you know, the issues that he had with 7-1. So I definitely respect his decision to go for 7-9 just to try to squeeze out any potential seconds. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of added pressure going into World A because he's going to want to really hold on to the hammer suit now. So he has the liberty of clouding 8F. Alright, we've got some swag snipes on Stewie's side. So nicely done. Takes out that Thwomp, maintains P-Speed. Are we gonna see any Kobe's from him? You know, I get so scared when he just approaches the rotor to skip like that.
Yep.
You know, that duck slide and then just like
Yep.
that deceleration with the turn back. It's like, is he going to have enough speed going over and around? Yeah. But he's done it so many times. I know that he's comfortable with it, so props to him on a very clean 7F2 as well.
Yeah, I can't do it that way. It does not turn out well.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it either way, but I think I've just done it the traditional way just so many times where you snipe out the dry bones and then just duck slide under with P-Speed, so it's kind of an autopilot sort of thing at this point.
So jtknott grabs the one at 42.08. Stewie is going to have the cloud, so this is somewhat of a deceptive lead, but looks like it's still going to be pretty significant.
Yeah, when Stewie's able to cloud 8F, he's going to be able to gain back 40 seconds, but I think that up to this point, I think there's close to about a minute and a half between them now. All right, so shout outs to about 5 minutes of auto scrollers before we get to the hand RNG. And while JT's restream is buffering, we'll switch over. Okay, we're back. How much do all three hands take? When they're all done cleanly and you're not going for anything super sweaty like hand 1 piece speed or hand 2 piece speed, and you factor in for all the hand movement animations, it's about 1 minute 4 seconds, as Buzzy said.
$44.03, okay. 44.03, a difference of... Okay, 1 min, 55 seconds. Okay, so... Okay, so yeah, World 7 split jtknott 42.08, Stewie Cartman 44.03, a difference of about 1 minute 55 seconds. Stewie has the cloud. From my rough estimation, I usually put it about 43 seconds of time save, so theoretical lead is about 1 minute and 12 seconds, so it's just a little bit more than the hands.
Yeah, it's good to leave like a little bit of like 2 or 3 seconds wiggle room, just depending on how people approach 8F.
And the animation, and...
Exactly, and yeah, the lock break, the transitions.
So yeah, pretty much if JT gets all 3 hands, if he loses the hammer suit, and Stewie plays perfectly with no hands, then maybe with a weird, maybe missing a fireball or 2, it may come down to frame count.
Alright, hand 2 for JT. I gotta say, hand 2 is deceptively kind of scary. Like, even though there's not really many enemies to contend with aside from the Potoboos, and you're just doing a little bit of platforming, it's so easy to just drop inputs on those jumps. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes it's just hard to, like, tell when Mario's feet reach the ground just because of the way the fence is set up.
And it's, yeah, it's one that's easy to take for granted.
Yeah, worth noting that hand 2 is also the shortest of the 3, so it's only about 15 to 16 seconds gone for JT. So, hardly consequential at this point. So, now that he's moving on to the Air Force, he has no more RNG to contend with, so it's just pure execution from 8-1 onward. Alright, very clean 8-1 from JT. Let's see how many hands Stewie gets. Alright, the 99%er. So yeah, this one is only like, I think about 2 seconds slower than hand 2. Will this be the only one? Nope, of course not. Classic good old-fashioned The Handler 2, as it has been dubbed. And yeah, hand 3, being the longest one, is roughly 23 seconds. JT not going for the conveyor P speed in 8F, but of course that's no problem. Ooh, JT going for the sweaty roto-disc skip, so he's able to arrive at the spike remote a couple frames earlier. It's especially beneficial if you want to like do a wind-up turn back and just do like a little boost on the spikes as the conveyor reactivates. The world record for this category is 50 minutes and 10 seconds by Mitch Flower Power. And the world record for Warpless that doesn't include an early hammer is 50 minutes and 29 seconds.
But yeah, those are... yeah, I wonder what the quickest for a race is. It's got to be a little bit more than that. Maybe a 50?
Yeah, I don't know what the world record for the race time is. I know it's definitely a low 51 at the very least.
No, Stu.
Yeah, I saw what he tried to do there. Like, he had one more arrow he needed to build, so he thought that, like, when he got onto that white platform, he would be able to just build it at the last minute, and the game just said no, so... He took a risk, and unfortunately, it did not pay off. Oh no. Yeah, unfortunately, he shot a little bit late there, so he wasn't able to get the snipe on that Koopa. So even though he had the P-speed, it was kind of had a deer in headlights moment.
Yeah, for those that may not be aware, he has a cloud that he wants to save for the fort, so that's why he's determined to get the power-up like he got early in that level to try to minimize the additional time loss.
And with that, hello Bowser, bye Bowser, everyone get your GGs out for jtknott. He'll be tonight's winner. And we have, I think that's going to be 5136.
Wow. That's a great time.
Wow, very nice. That's his second mid 51 in the tournament so far. So, the man's been on fire.
And if he didn't accidentally use that P-wing, it would be about at least 3 to 4 seconds quicker too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he had what appeared to be a 51.11 pace in this first race, and then yeah, I think a 51.20 pace going into the hands on this one as well. So very impressive consistency on his part. So when Markham is done, we'll see if we can get him in here for interviews. See Stewie spamming the fireballs on the super tank to have an easy time with those rocky wrenches. I do believe that's been dubbed with a very long name. I think it's called the Day 1 affiliate Auglib Super Tank Strat TM with a Vengeance. And with that, we're joined by jtknott in the interviews. GG, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is
that was very my bad. But that was like, I don't know. The early game was kind of sketch, and also that me using that P-wing was pretty annoying. That I got it and skipped, but then.
Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. That accidental P-wing that you had at the end of World 5. Yeah, I think we all saw what happened. Like, you were trying to go for the cloud to skip over 5-9, and then just accidentally misselected.
Yeah, I was thinking that the cloud was gonna be in the second item. So when I saw it was in the first, like you saw, I went past the cloud, and then when I pressed right to do it, I think it either pressed up or down or something.
Oh yeah, that's totally understandable.
So
And it's
I was like, wait, what? When I did it, I saw it wasn't the cloud. I was so confused.
yeah, and it's not a route that any of us like really do once we're trying to grind for a 50, because we normally do the Dom box skip, and we're doing the P-wing route in 5-1. So, by grabbing the Dom box and grabbing the P-wing in World 5, so you have an easier end game, which is a perfectly good idea for race circumstances, by the way. Yeah, that can really mess with your muscle memory.
Yeah, for sure.
And get your GGs out for Stewie Cartman in the chat.
GGs. I know he told me he's not gonna be in the interview room because he has an NES Trilogy tourney race literally in 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, that's totally understandable, and we wish him all the best of luck over here on SpeedGaming. And very nice job on his part as well. This has been a really fun race to watch, and we wish him well. So yeah.
And GG to JT. Once again, taking the gamble of fighting the World 5 P-Wing and getting the skip on the Sky Bro. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, this never happens in PB attempts, but in the races, it always seems to work out.
What it just needs to give you 0 hands on one of these races, and you may PB in a race.
Yeah, the first race where my stream died, I did get no hands, but I died in 8-2. If that would have happened, I would have got a 51-35 that first race, but then I died, so I had to cloud over 8-2 and then play the fort, because for that race, for some reason, I decided to do 7-9 and 7F2 route. But I quickly changed that route after a few races, and 7-9 just wasn't working like normal.
Yeah, so you're pretty much crushing it, cruising along. Only had a minor damage on the tunnel in World 1.
Yeah.
World 2, don't remember any issues. World 3, don't remember any issues. Kind of the same with 4, 5, just the accidental P-Wing in World 5. Other than that, yeah, second try wall jump, first try 7-1 clip, which always feels fantastic.
Yeah.
Very good 7-4-2, so yeah, just cruising along with great gameplay.
Thank you.
Yes, Stewie had very similar routing decisions in World 2. I know that the Dom box and Hammer are clustered together between Pyramid and 2-4, so he pretty much took the quest as well. And yeah, I think you guys kept it pretty close until I think World 4, and then I know that there was some divergence, and I think there was about a level between you two. I think 20 seconds between you by the time you both got past the tower. And then, yeah, you really widened the gap with cleaner gameplay in World 6. And then 7-1 is ultimately where, you really started to pull ahead. I know you got the first try, and I think it took him about 7 or 8.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got 8th. The reason why he pulled apart in World 4, I know, I was in VC with him. We've been VCing all day, and we just never left him. So I knew it was happening. He said he got boxless P-Wing. So, I mean, I used the box, so of course I skipped the P-Wing in World 4 and got it in World 5. And then he was trying to go for a triple skip since he got boxless P-Wing, and then ended up not being able to skip the Sky Bros, so he lost some time there.
Yeah, I mean, considering the route that he chose, I was kind of surprised that he went for the normal 5-1. I thought that because he was going for that extra P-Wing, that he was just going to grab the box and just have an easier time with 7-6 and just go from there.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, this is the second race in a row now that you've gotten only one hand and still managed to pull out with a mid-51. So you've really been on a tear through this tournament so far. So really looking forward to seeing what you come up with in the future.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've had all these good races, pretty good hand luck. I mean, the hand that I've gotten was the second one, which is the fastest. So I feel like in the next few races, whoever races me may see a 3-hand run out of me, but
Well, let's not jinx that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think I have anything more to add. Neo, how about you?
Nope, just that there's more great races coming up. It looks like there's a little tomorrow. It looks like there's a day off, but it looks like Thursday, April 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We also have another matchup of undefeateds. We have 2-0 Sakali versus 2-0 Lane Reener, and Budsy RNG will be on commentary for that one. So that's another nice big matchup here in round 3 of undefeateds that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I noticed that like a good portion of these matches are all like in the early afternoon for us folks here on the East Coast. So, unfortunately, I have to miss most of them just because of work. But you know, it's totally understandable considering the time zone accommodations that we have to make for the European runners. So, wish them all the best of luck in their matches as well. And yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how the results transpire. Thanks again to SpeedGaming for hosting us, and to Northman for organizing this. GG's again to JT and Stewie for putting on a really fun and entertaining race, and thank you to Neo for joining me in the commentary tonight.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for being with me, Teeks. Thanks for the great run, JT, and the great race, Stewie. And yeah, good game, fun watch.
Yeah, thank y'all for commentating, taking the time out of your day to commentate this. Thank you to Stewie, putting up a great race. I've been racing. He taught me Mario 3, so I tip my hat to him every time I play the game. But and good luck on his NES Trilogy race. Hope he comes out with the win there.
Yeah, Stewie is one of my earliest friends in the SMB3 community, and one of the first channels I decided to watch among the community aside from Mitch. So I learned a lot from him as well. I'm glad I got to grow as a runner alongside him over these past 6 years. So big props to him as well.
And one matchup, since you mentioned the teacher of the game, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We do have the last undefeated. Well, I apologize. There's more undefeateds, but we have When Chuck Attacks at 8 p.m. versus Spicy Chicken Spicy Boy. So that is a 8 p.m. one that for those on the East Coast will be able to watch after work. And also, I did want to mention there is another undefeated matchup: 2-0 Mondi versus 2-0 Teeks88 here in the booth with me. He'll be racing on Saturday at noon. I will tape record my Saturday morning cartoons so that I can make sure to be here and commentate for Teeks and Mondi, which is going to be another great matchup. But we have lots of great matchups. Just wanted to mention some of the bigger ones and some of the time changes for those that may be in different areas. And then, just pass it back to Teeks if you had anything. I think I'm all set.
Yeah, I think I've made my closing statements as well. So once again, thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting us tonight. Of course, it's been a pleasure watching and commentating alongside you. And thank you to everybody at home for watching and joining in for the action. So we hope to see you again soon. And just on behalf of SpeedGaming and Neo Shazam and I, Teeks88 signing out. So have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Take care.
Have a good night.